are here.
Yeah.
Here we are. Twins was a little bit distracted, but
Wow.
we are here. We are live on YouTube and we are live on Instagram.
That's what I
We're
was
on
checking.
both. I had to double check.
Yeah.
So here we are. We're live. We're here. It's Thursday. It's another week. It's the end of October. It's basketball season, hockey season, and the World Series is headed back to Toronto. If you guys are not following the World Series, where the hell have you been? The Toronto Blue Jays versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Blue Jays are up 3-2. It comes back tomorrow to Toronto, where if we cinch this and we win 4 games, game six, this will be our first World Series championship since 1993 when we went back to back as per Drake 92 93. So we are super excited. I watched every game. I did not watch it go to 18 innings. I had a colleague that did. It went 18 innings in game three, where the Dodgers came out 6-5. It was tied 5-5 until the 18th inning. No, sir, no, ma'am. But I'm very excited because our city could have another championship, and I will be at the championship parade because no work is getting done that day. It's a
Also,
national holiday.
also, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, it's also Thursday night football. Just forget that sport too.
But I mean, I was talking about what mattered to Toronto. But I know your Steelers playing tonight.
No, 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 no.
Okay, they're playing Sunday.
You're playing Sunday, but
Okay,
it's just football. This is the best time of the year for men.
best time of the year.
We got like you said, we got baseball.
All four sports are being played at this time of the year. In October, you have the intersection of all of the sports. So it's actually amazing. So if people don't know what the four sports are, it's football, the NFL, baseball, the MLB, basketball, the NBA, and hockey, the NHL. I'm a sports girl. So like I have watched curling, I have watched the world championship of darts. I watch like if there's a sport and I can watch it, I love a good competition. So it is the favorite time of the year for me. So that's that. But how was your week, twins? How's your week been?
The week is good. No complaints. It's quick. It's a quick week. Tomorrow's Friday, so turn up again for Thursday night. Tomorrow's Friday, Halloween.
Ooh,
Uh,
what are you doing with the kids for Halloween? Do you guys celebrate?
Um, we not really celebrate in a sense. If there's like a trunk or treat, we'll do that. I mean, Halloween's not what it was from when we were growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could take a pillowcase and go through the whole neighborhoods and come back with a pillowcase of candy. Now it's like too much work. They come back with candy. Hold on, let me go through everything. Oh, everybody's hearing this. Why is there glass in this?
Oh no!
This. So
Oh no!
it's
No.
not safe anymore. We got wicked people out here.
Oh no. Yeah, that's I'd rather not. I didn't really celebrate when my daughter was younger. I took her twice. Once when we were in Louisville, Kentucky, and then another time when we were back here in Toronto. I would just buy the candy and take it to like her school or something, give it to the classroom and let them do it that way and have candy at home. Like I just one, it's too cold. I wasn't walking around in the cold. And to your point, um, I didn't want to be in a position where I have to go through every single candy that she received before she ate it, just in case people did any unkind things. So it's yeah, it's a no because it is wicked people do take advantage of this time of year. Plus, you have to think about the pedos with kids out. It's all
Oh no,
bad for me.
exactly. Now
It's
the
all
good thing
bad.
about it for the adults is fun because if there's any parties, you get to dress up. That's the best part about it. Is the dress up part for the adults. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah, this is where women bring out their inner ho ho.
See, I wasn't gonna say all that. I
I was gonna say
was
it.
gonna say
Just
that they bring out their creativity and their fitness goals. They work all year long to show out
okay.
their physique and the right outfit so they can be that perfect Harley Quinn or Chung Li or you know what I'm saying? It's just.
I love that. I love that you put that so nicely. I'll just say they get to be a hoe. It's, I mean,
I ain't
it
straight with
is
that.
what it is.
I ain't straight, ladies.
It is what it is. But
Like you
I
can't see.
don't celebrate that either. Like, I've actually gone to one Halloween party in my entire existence, and I was Catwoman. I just had on a black cat suit, and then I had the Catwoman thing, and that was fine for me. So I was actually completely covered up, because I was like, it's cold in Toronto at this time. Why
Mm.
do I have my coochie and bum cheeks out for the pleasure of what? Like, it's nonsensical. So it's a no for me, dog. Um, my week has been exciting and amazing. Today I found out that I got a promotion and a raise and a seat at the table that I've been waiting to get. And so I'm super excited. Somebody had to lose their job for me to get this promotion, and that's unfortunate. But I have been working my butt off and showcasing what it is that I can do. And it was finally not only recognized, but I'll be compensated. And it ain't even like big bucks, but it's the seat at the table that was important for me because some things happen in my department, and I need to make sure that I'm at that table, to be able to express what should or should not be happening without other people telling me what I should do. So it's definitely been quite the day. I'm still digesting, still trying to figure out how the structure of my department, is going to work, and who moves into what position, and if they're talking about hiring new people, but I actually don't want that. So now I got to deal with my CEO and talk about kind of how I think the department should be structured. But I am excited. Again, World Series Game 6 tomorrow. There's like a lot of things to celebrate. I'm so blessed. But before we go into the show, I do want to send prayers to all of the families that have been affected, by Hurricane Melissa. It's impacted Jamaica, which is my island. My family has been impacted. Cuba, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and I believe the last country was Bahamas. That was hit by Hurricane Melissa. So if you are in a position to help any of those countries by donating, I think each country has a government site that you can go to that you can donate to help the families. They probably have drives where you can send blankets, all of those different things to help, your fellow man, because it is tough. Again, as someone, whose country, has been impacted very severely, any help that you can provide, to those countries would be very, very much, appreciated. So,
Also,
go
I'd
ahead.
like to add to that too. If you are if you know someone directly, then I'll say send whatever you see directly to them. But if
Yes,
you're someone who doesn't have family over there, but you know a family member or a friend who has family over there, give the proceeds to them so they can filter
please,
to their family. Because I mean, we
please.
know American Red Cross, they're there, but they really don't filter the money out how they're supposed
Yeah,
to.
I'm giving it to my family. So my money is going directly. My mother and I are making sure, that my uncle, who's taking care of our land, is okay. She's waiting to hear from him. He had called her, so we know he's safe. But the power system, isn't great there. But I've actually been waiting to hear from my cousin for 2 days. I spoke to my sister. We're pretty sure she's okay, based on where her house is, but it might be a power thing. So really, like, we're still kind of panicking a little bit, just making sure, that she's okay and she's, gotten through this. And any help we can put together, even if it's $50, 100, like anything you can do, you wouldn't even understand, tremendously, helps these families that are going through, difficult times. And please, people, do not be one of the tourists that I've seen online who went to these countries and are complaining about the fact that they don't have food. You do not ever want to be cussed out by a Jamaican being told to go suck your mother. And these people are on the verge of being told by a bunch of Jamaicans to go suck on a mother.
Like
And
cheap.
that means exactly what you think it means. Okay? A lot of these resort workers don't even have homes to go back to.
Come on
So
now.
going to someone's island in the middle of a natural disaster when you knew it was coming, and
Come on.
then complain about the quality of the food you're getting when the
Preach.
hotel workers do not have homes to go to. My mom's partner lost the roof on his 7 bedroom house. Do you know what that's going to take for him to replace that on a 7 bedroom house on a hill? Like this is people's lives. Like people have lost their lives and you're complaining that you got a box meal at a hotel. So if a Jamaican tells you to go suck your mother, good luck to you. But we digress. Okay, take it from a Jamaican. You do not want to piss off a Jamaican to the point where they're telling you that, because it's downhill after that. So pray
I
for everybody and don't be a piece of shit tourist. And unfortunately, a lot of them have been American Black women. Yeah. And when you go in the comment section, countries all across the world have united to say we get this all the time from American Black women. And it's awful to see people from Cuba, people from Bahamas. There are people from Brazil saying we unite with you, Jamaica, because this is exactly how they come to our country and act. And that is awful, because that is not the representation I think Black American women want. So please, like, if you see this and you're a Black American woman, like, get into these women's asses, because it is so disrespectful.
we can't.
Oh,
That's the
yeah,
problem. That's the problem we have. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Keeping them
yeah.
accountable. We can't. That's why they do what they
Well,
do.
well, good luck to them in Jamaica, for the people who do not care about if they have their jobs tomorrow, because they will clot them in their backside and feel absolutely no way about it. And Jamaican police are not American police. They will watch it happen and walk away.
Mm.
Let me tell you that. So just do not mess with Jamaicans. Go help them clean up the island or get on a plane and go home, but stop talking and putting it on tickety talk, because people will find you. Like, this is not even a joke, especially at these very sensitive times. But I digress. We move on. So tonight, we're talking dating dilemma and dating disasters. For those of you who are watching us on YouTube, or anyone watching on Instagram, feel free to share in the chat a dating dilemma or a dating disaster. I have a lot of disasters to share, because the last little bit in terms of dating from me, twins can talk about it, because I've been telling him. I've even sent him screenshots. So there has been a lot of dating disasters, but we're going to go first to the dating dilemma. We're each going to talk about a dilemma that we're having in dating. As usual, the link, if you're on YouTube, is in the comment section, so you can feel free to come in, jump in, share your dating dilemma, help us out if you've got some advice for us, a dating disaster, all of it. Or you can just put it in the comment section if you're on YouTube or on Instagram. So I'm going to go first. My biggest dating dilemma is my desire to stay at home. I like my home. I like being in my home. I work from home. I have these shows from home. I write at home. And because I also am in a country where the weather changes and I don't like the cold, I stay at home. And so online dating is where I have kind of gravitated towards, but that's not, I believe, where my match will be. I'm the type of person people, I think, have to meet in person and engage with, and kind of go through that with. So I think my biggest dating dilemma is getting myself up and out of my house, ready to put myself in a position to meet the type of man that I want to meet. I've made a commitment to myself that I would try to do that. That I would try to do that in the upcoming months. But I mean, how do I navigate? I don't know. What would your advice be, twins, as a single woman? Because I thought about the going to the bar and sitting at the bar, and you know what I'm saying. Like, I know that I can't. I know that I can't go with a group of friends. So I'm aware of that. Like it's never going to be me and my girls out for my birthday dinner. Like men are just not going to come up to a group of 3, 4, 7, 8 women, whatever it is. So it's ideal for me to be alone, say at the bar or something. But where would you recommend I go? So I know bookstores and art galleries are two places I can go that are indoors, low cost, but would be places I think of interest for the type of man, because I like a man that reads, because I write, and I like a man who's cultured. So help me with my dating dilemma.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, you kind of answered the last two things you said. Kind of answered the question. Is you definitely want to go to a location or places where you would normally go yourself. When you say go to the bar, do you normally go to the bar?
Yeah, I don't drink. I
I mean, right.
don't really drink.
But now you can always go there and you can watch games, right?
Yes, I do. I would watch the games because I'm a sports girly. So absolutely. Sports, you're right. Maybe a sports, you didn't say it yet, but maybe a sports bar because I love sports.
That's what I was going at. Because I mean, it's still liquor at the sports bars too. But at the same time, if you're there, most of the time, most men, you're probably gonna see a lot of married men, but most
That
men,
is true.
all men go when they want to get away and watch a good game, get some good food. They go to a Buffalo Wings, sports bar,
Yeah.
whatever, where they can kind of let loose, pool table in there, there's darts in there, whatever. But if you're there and you're enjoying the game and there's people there, naturally everyone's going to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
If it's your hometown, everybody's rooting for the same team, small culture is going to work. So that's one place to go. Like you said, books, but it has to be something that you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Like female, like don't go to the gym hoping to find a guy in the gym, but you're only there because you want to get someone. When you get them, you stop going to the gym. You understand what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
You go
Yeah.
there in an outfit just to ride a bike for like 10 minutes and then you
I'm
leave,
dead.
right? So
I'm
those
dead.
do you still you said before previous seasons that you I guess during your book writing time you would hop on a train, go to Niagara Falls.
Yes, I haven't done that this. I did. I did go to Niagara Falls this year. I have done that. I've gotten on the train and rode the train for like 2.5 hours because I'm writing, and I am writing book 5 right now, and next book 6 for this Love Rule series. I've never like met anyone on the train, but is that a good option to go
Well,
on a long train ride?
no, I was saying that I know you take the train, but when you get to your destination, so when you get to Niagara Falls, there's always people in Niagara Falls, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you meet somebody at Niagara Falls, you know, 'cause
I do go to the sports bar there too. Funny enough, like I go to the sports section and I'll sit and I'll watch a game while I'm there at the casino, especially when it's a little colder outside. Like I watch a game at the bar. I might make a sports bet or whatever. I'm there for a couple hours and I jump back on the train and I'm writing again. But you're right. I think I just need to make a concerted effort because I'm lazy dating right now, right? Like online dating is to me it's lazy dating, and I need to put myself in a position to be in the places the type of men I like to date are at, so we can meet kind of in our natural habitat. Because when I tell you these dating disasters, Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Um,
because the
mm-mm,
problem with the dating app is that
mm-mm,
they
mm-mm.
have your bio,
Fucking insane.
right?
They're insane.
That kind of know what they kind of know what you like, what you're looking for.
Mm,
So it's like, oh, she want this, she want this. So we can cater or kind of blend into what you like until you really get to know me and realize I'm not what you know.
mm.
What I'm just playing the character because I know you want this from a guy. You want this. I act like this. So that's the tricky part when it comes to
So
dating.
true.
So what do they call it? I can't think of the name right now, but there's always one person you meet right away, and then a real person comes out after a while.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
So
You're
that
right, and it's funny because if I even read, so I kept my dating profile. I said that I am gonna delete my dating profile tonight. I'm actually going to do it as we're wrapping up the show. As part of the show, you're gonna watch me delete it. I put it on pause right now so no one can find me. but I'm going to absolutely delete it. But as I think about what Twins just said, if I were to even read, let me see if I can find it. If I read my dating profile, you're so right. Like I give away so much of who I am in the dating profile. And the one big thing that people always talk to me about is the thing that I love the most, which is traveling. I love traveling. Like again, I've traveled 4, 5, 6 times this year. Oh God, it's October. 5 times this year. So I've traveled 5 times this year, which I absolutely understand is a luxury, and most people aren't able to do that. So I know I'm very blessed to be able to have the opportunity to do that. And so that's where people online try to bond with me, is on the fact that I travel, even if they don't have a passport. They're like, so I see you like to travel. Like, where you go? And I'll say, and I'm like, where have you been? I don't have a passport. Well, sir, like, you're 40 something years old. Like, why are we even talking about travel? You haven't left any, like, you haven't left your country. Like, maybe this is not where we're supposed to bond on. Like, let's bond with, like, let's talk about sports, but like, we should not be talking about traveling because you do not travel. So you are, you know what? You hit the nail on the head. I never thought about it that way. I always thought it was like a way to describe myself and kind of what I like, and like I try not to be the negative Nancy who's like, I don't want. So I talk about me and all that stuff. But you're right. In some ways, I'm giving them the cheat code on me.
Exactly. And they play that part. And then once they get enough time of you, then you get enough time of them and you get to see who they really are. And like, oh yeah, you was just faking. Because then they start acting weird,
Well,
emotional,
well,
some even feminine. You just never know.
yeah, we'll talk about the guy I dated that I'm sure is 42.67% gay, but we'll get there. He might be 53.29% gay, really. But
So,
we digress.
I know you're deleting it. So if you do come back to the dating, you just gotta give them a snippet, and then based on conversation, that's how to get more meat and potato about you.
You're right.
But the conversation has to be there. You gotta have good communication.
You're right. Okay. Okay. So let's get to you. What is your dating dilemma before we get to the disasters?
Dating dilemma. I say a dating dilemma for me now, or just previously, or this period off, is always dating a woman who has young kids.
Hmm.
That's always been a dilemma for me because they're not mine, right? So I can't
Hmm.
really discipline them as if they were mine. And it's not about me just disciplining, but it's just there's certain things that I don't play with when it come to kids. I have structures. I don't deal with disrespect. I don't deal with lies.
Hmm.
A lot of things I just don't deal with. So a lot of good relationship I had thought the women just didn't work out because they weren't on top of their parenting skills. And then
Mm.
and then sometimes when I have the conversation about XYZ, it turns to an argument about, well, that's my kid. So
My kids,
you know what? You're right. Let me stage left.
they're,
Stage,
they're my kids. Yeah.
I will never change that. So that always be the dilemma for me is that, yeah, that's why it's so important, ladies, for you to protect your womb. I can't stress that enough. Like, yes, you can still get a man, you still can get that D, all that, but sometimes if your kid is bad as hell, sometimes it ain't worth the headache. I'd rather be alone than deal with someone's badass kid. And and it's not my
Preach.
job. I will do my part to a certain extent, but you have to do your part on a daily basis. If I'm watching and seeing you not do what you need to do on a daily basis, I have a problem with that. Why would I have to jump out the gym if you ain't doing nothing in the gym with yours at all? Make it make sense. So yeah, that's my big
Okay.
dilemma.
You know what? It's so funny. That is one thing I've had to start doing, is eliminating those people right away. And I think going back to the online dating, the beauty of it is you get to ask questions. So at what point do you say, you know what, this isn't going to work? Is it when you find out the age of the kids, or you like the woman so much that you say, you know what, I'm going to give it a chance, and then you hear the kids in the background or whatever, you're like, no. For me, I'm going to tell you, I've gone to the point where as soon as I hear the age of the kids, and if it's below the age that I find acceptable for me to date, I'm like, nope.
So for me, in most cases, it's on their profiles for a lot of ladies. They put that on their profile.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a
Like the
lot.
age of their children?
None of the age.
Oh, that they have kids.
They have
Yeah.
kids
Okay.
with an S.
Oh, okay.
Or you see a picture and you see a whole bunch of, but anyway. So it depends because there are some that will be on the team where I don't care how many kids you got, you just on the roster, right? So that's how that goes. But then if it's somebody that a potential might want to be fought for, the kids have to be either the same age as my kids or older. Can't be younger. I'm not starting over. I'll be 50 in 7 years. I'm done. 7 years. My kids, they'll both be 18, 20. I'm done. I'm already done now. I raise my kids where they're independent by themselves. Like when they come over on weekends, I can leave all day. They down to get food, cook, all that.
Love
That's
that for you.
you
I
know,
get it. I have a 24-year-old. That's why I'm like, nope.
all right. It's I raise them.
Jay, I also see you, Jay. I see that you say you have a question. You can either click the link if you want to come into the show and ask the question, or you can put the question in the comment. Whichever you do is fine. Sorry to interrupt you,
Hey, good.
twins. I just wanted to acknowledge that I saw that.
Hey, Jen. Yeah, totally great. So that's where I'm at with that. So
Yeah, for me. I think that's part of it. I think that's you know what, that is a dating dilemma for me too, right? Like meeting men with younger children, because I'm just at the point in my life where it's just a no. Like I have like 16 for me is kind of the comfortable age that I prefer them to be adults, and I prefer no more than two. And I prefer those two, if there's two, to be with the same mom. Right, so there's all of these, and I understand that as part of my dating dilemma, having some of these stringent criteria can make it difficult, but I want what I want. I want what I want. Okay, Jay has got a question. Thank you so much. Let me see if I can see that lawn magnet. Well, so if a young woman that's 25 years old that says settling down is never ideal, that sounds like trauma and past score and a question mark. First of all, 25.
I thought we answered this question before, to be honest with you.
It's a very similar question, and it seems like there's just a bunch of people seem to be running around with a lot of trauma. um but 25 years old, this is when, so just people know, your prefrontal cortex develops at 25. Like that's the final development stage at 25. I was a mom at 21. I had no business trying to raise anybody's child at 21 years old, but I got through it. God bless Jesus up above. But 25 years old, if that is all already the mindset, really, what's the question, Jay? Like, if someone has said to you, this is where I'm at, there's no changing somebody else's mind. If that's where they're at, leave them there. I mean, that's my advice. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not in the business of changing anybody's mind or convincing somebody that they should want something else because I want them. If someone says to me, I don't want marriage, I don't like kids, I don't want this, I say, cool. I don't care how old they are. I'm like, cool. And listen, it's Jay. I'm hearing what you're saying. It's not that shocking, believe it or not. There are a lot of people who are holding on to trauma that isn't theirs. It's their mothers. A lot of young ladies are holding on to their mother's trauma. Twins.
That's a fact right there. That's a whole nother conversation. Yes. So meet people where they at. If somebody say sundown is never ideal, respect that. Like, I'd rather you tell me the truth up front than you try to act like we can work this out and get through a relationship and then realize you was never ready for this relationship to go to the next level, right?
That part.
Um, of course, this person who said sitting down was never ideal. Yes, they have went through something, right? Regardless if it's trauma or whatever it is, they went through something and they made their mind up going forward now. I'm never settling down. I respect that. Maybe in the future they can get healing, whatever they get through, get past that, and maybe they can change the mindset. But if that person is not mindset right now, and not saying you are or anyone is trying to date someone who's telling you up front they're not selling down, you should leave. Respect their
Bye.
or put her on your team or put him on your team, whatever it may be, until they come around. That's it. If you still like the person or she still likes you, put her on the team. You gotta keep it moving.
Yeah, we're not the show who's going to sit there and tell you, oh no, fight through it. You
Yeah.
can love somebody through their trauma. No, like people don't get to trauma dump on you. That is not the role of your partner. You don't get to trauma dump on you when a lot of the time, unfortunately, it's not their trauma. They have taken on someone else's trauma because at 25, most 25 years old, and I'm not talking about the outliers, but most 25-year-olds haven't experienced enough about life to say unequivocally, I'm not ready to settle down. At 25, you've gone to university, either you went away or you're still at home, but either way, you just kind of got through adulthood. You may have graduated, probably still in your first job. I have a 24-year-old, right? Like I can speak to this. My daughter lives at home and she's traveling and living her best life. Under no circumstances would I think it is healthy for my daughter to look at me at 24 years old and say, Mom, I'm never getting married and I'm never having children. Like, no, like that, I would have failed. Me and her father would have failed somewhere along the line because you have yet to even experience life to have made such a profound decision about what the rest of your life is going to look like. I'm sorry, not at 24 and 25 years old. So that sounds like trauma, and that sounds like someone who needs to do their own healing. And I think you just stay away from them. I'm not loving anybody through their trauma. No, ma'am,
Agreed.
no, sir. No, ma'am, no, sir. So thank you, Jay. Any more questions? We are happy. And if you have a dating dilemma as well, we would love to hear it. Or if you have a dating disaster story, we would love to hear it. And I am going to go first. And I'm going to start with acknowledging, because I told twins about this, and I'm going to start with acknowledging where I fucked up. Yeah, we're enough in the show so I can say the word fuck. I'm going to acknowledge where I fucked up. And I think where I made this go wrong. So, met a gentleman online, exchanged numbers, had some phone conversations. They went well, right? Well enough for us to continue having phone conversations. I mentioned that my birthday is coming up because it is. My birthday happens to be next month, November 19th. I was going to take myself on a trip, and I was going to buy some outfits for that trip. So I have two birthday celebrations. Hopefully, I'm still taking myself to Cuba, pending that country is still good to go. I'm going to book my trip next week, but I'm going to go to Cuba, and I wanted a birthday outfit for Cuba because I'll be in Cuba on my birthday. And then I was going to have a birthday dinner with my girlfriends. Now, where I fucked up,
Hmm. At this moment.
because again, this show we keep it real. Where I fucked up is this gentleman who I had not yet met in person
Hmm.
offered to buy me my birthday outfit.
Okay.
So I said no twice. I said no, that's fine. He said, no, no, I really want to do something for you. I said, no, 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 no. Like, that's fine. Like, I got it. Like, I'm getting my outfits from Fashion Nova. Like, I'm not going in and spending $300 on a dress. I'm getting like 2 or 3 dresses for like $100. Like, they're really nice dresses, but they're Fashion Nova, right? And
Right.
the third time when he said, I was like, okay, cool. Since you insist, because I've already said no twice. Since you insist, feel free. He was like, do you have Cash App? I said, no, we don't have Cash App. We do PayPal. So he PayPal'd me the money. I
Okay.
accepted it and I bought my dresses. Like I sent him the dresses and I bought my dresses.
Okay.
Okay. So that was fuck up number one. It should have never accepted the money to buy
Nope.
the dresses.
There's
I
some.
don't think I should. Fuck up number two.
Okay.
These headphones that I have on now,
Okay.
I was talking to him on my old headphones. He said he could not hear me properly and said, I think I want to gift you new headphones. He also knew that I did the show. And I said no again twice. I said, no, it's fine. He's like, no, go research some and send me the ones. I sent him, two. I was like, these look good, blah, blah, blah. But it's okay. Like, you don't need to do it. He said, no, I want to do it. So he was shipping them to my house. So I gave him my house address
Mm.
to
Mm.
ship them to me because they were coming from Amazon.com on the US side, and I live in Canada. So that's my saving grace, is that he lives on the other side of the border. It's not like it's up the street. So he shipped, so he shipped not Cash App comes with the side of dick. So he shipped these headphones to me. So I'm gonna go fuck up number two. Again, shouldn't have accepted the gift. Now, where it gets off the rails is I think anybody who's watched the show enough and Twins knows he's been with me for 4 years. My communication style is very direct. I am the type of person, and I've had to work on this in my 45 years. I listen to understand, not to respond. And it frustrates me when I'm communicating with someone who doesn't do the same. If you guys see on the show, when Twins and I go back and forth, when Twins speak, I do my best and he does his best to allow us to speak until we're interjecting. And if I do interject, I'll say, sorry, Twins, I interjected, blah, 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 and we'll go back. We're never battling each other for words. That's how I communicate in all of my relationships with my friends, with my colleagues, with my child. It's just how I communicate. Well, this gentleman's communication style was not the same as mine. As soon as I said something that either didn't sit well with him, he would jump in. I would ask, I would pause, and I'm just like, hey, like, yeah, this is your time to jump in. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the pause, but stop jumping in. So we got to the point where one day I was just so frustrated that I was like, ah. And I was like, you know what? Like, literally, I
What?
screamed.
You was
I
what?
literally was like, ah. Like, I was so frustrated. So I said to this gentleman, I said, you know what? Our communication styles, they're just not compatible. This is frustrating for me physiologically. Like, my body just doesn't feel well, like even talking to you. And I was explaining something to him, and he said something to me that is my biggest pet peeve. He said, just calm down. I wasn't yelling, I wasn't screaming, I wasn't even excited. Like, I had the calmest voice, and I was like, okay, so you don't like what I'm saying because I'm expressing to you where the incompatibility is with us, and why if we tried to do something long term it wouldn't work, and so we should just cut our ties now, and you're telling me to calm down. Well, I find that very patronizing, and so you know what? I think it's time for us to end this conversation because I don't want to get frustrated.
That's fair.
Fair, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And Twins will vouch for this because I sent him the screenshot. This gentleman called me 19 times
Mm.
within a span of a few hours,
Mm.
back to back to back. Then he would pause, and then he would call me back to back to back to back to back to back. I text him, I was like, please stop calling me. He kept calling. So I finally blocked him, and then I called him. I said, listen, you've called me now 19 times. I would really like you to stop. And he proceeded to tell me, it's not like I'm being a stalker. I said, what do you think calling somebody 19 times is?
Right.
Then when I said it like that's just not what I'm accustomed to, he then said, well, stop being a drama queen. So that is when, once again, I hung up the phone and said, thank you. This will be the last time. And despite the fact that he knew that he was blocked, he still proceeded to try to call me even though he knew that he was blocked.
Mm-mm-mm.
So I acknowledge in the beginning, and I see Mr. Mister. I understand. He definitely, listen, I am not stupid. Men invest in dating a woman as an exchange. And like it's like dating is an exchange of goods and services. Like let's just call. I'm not about to say. Mr. 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 said he said, "Oh no, I spent all this money. I'm leaving here with something." And this is where the one thing I will tell you guys is when I fucked up, I fucked up. So this is where I think in the beginning I fucked up. I should have just said no, 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 and never accepted a gift. But I'm a woman. I like gifts. It was nice. I said no. You kept insisting. I let you do it. Right. I was not expecting that to turn into 19. It actually ended up being 22 times.
Mm-mm-mm.
What in the fuck?
That's definitely a disaster. And do you
It
talk
was.
to
I haven't
like,
talked to him since that time.
okay, so he didn't so you don't know why he felt that it was okay to call you 19 times.
He said he needed to have a conversation with me when I called him after the 19th time. He said he needed to better understand why I no longer wanted to talk to him, despite the fact that I had told him and I left him a very lovely voice note, just saying, "Listen, we are incompatible. Like our communication is huge for me, and I'm unable to communicate with you in a way that is effective." And I said, "I will acknowledge my faults. Like here are some of the things that I know I need to work on, but this isn't one of them. Like I cannot communicate with you. Every time I say something, it's like I ask a question. It's like I'm like, oh my God, can I get a word? It's very frustrating. I don't know if you've ever dealt with someone who just doesn't let you get your thought out. Like it is the most frustrating thing. And to me, I don't want to be frustrated in the talking stage. So I
Right.
had expressed that I wasn't rude, I wasn't disrespectful. It's not even who I am as a person. And but you know what was funny, twins? You know what I did? I asked the question when we talked about when you need to ask question. So he said, "I really like you, and I'd really like to see where this goes." And I was like, "Why do you like me?"
And what did he
And I
say?
paused, just like I did. Nothing that I'd care to repeat, because it was nothing of real validity of why, again, you wouldn't like me to the point where
Oh,
calling me 22 times when I said that we were incompatible was acceptable. And I'd never say anything bad about him. He was a very nice gentleman. He seems like a very good father. He's a very hard worker, but we're simply incompatible. And
he's
that's okay.
he's a father too.
Yes, he's got two children.
Does he have a daughter?
hmm That's what I asked him. When
No,
I said, how would you feel about someone calling your daughter this amount of times? And this is when I became the drama queen.
it's like right. So you're a father yourself, and you thought it's okay to call someone else's daughter and harass them. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Oh my goodness.
So that is one of my dating disasters. You guys are all up in my business now. So Mr. says, and this is why men need to not lead. I'm assuming that's supposed to say not lead with their wallets. You just wanted all of your money, and the chances of it getting awry, especially in modern days, are very high.
Yeah, you try.
Oh, I have another story about trying to lead with the wallet and then me getting a lecture. That will be my next. I'm going to tell you two tonight because that one was insane today. That's why I'm closing my page. I'm done. Mister, if you don't know, I am retiring from online dating. I'm meeting people in the real world because I don't want none of these pheromones that I got going on. Like, no, thank you. Twins, come on, give me. I just gave you all my business. Tell me one of your dating disasters.
Dating disasters. I never had nothing crazy like that happen.
Thank you. Isn't it insane? Shit.
That's I just,
Give me something. Come on. I cannot be the only one out here. Okay. Dealing with this level. Nonsense.
Ah, man. I mean, see, I guess it's different from, men and women, especially online, because, we're the ones are the predator and y'all the prey.
Mm,
So
mm.
most of the time, y'all sitting back and we're trying to spit our game and try to get to you. So it's really, what I mean, we get a lot of rejections, just like Mr. Rivers said. So we kind of used to that. But
You gotta have something. Did you ever take a woman to a restaurant and she didn't pronounce things, or just you met someone and they showed up and they catfish you? Give me something because I cannot. Oh goodness, be alone in this.
I don't
Like
think
I'm
I
hanging on.
I'll give you something, I guess. I mean, way back in the day, I took this young lady on a date, and she was fine to the motherfucker. I remember her name.
And even gonna hold you.
It's her name. We ain't for business street because she's fine. So I finally got to take her out. You know what I mean? Spend time. Sit down, had a good conversation. Because this old school. Back in the day when you see somebody, hey, how you doing? I'll take you out this weekend. Like we didn't, I didn't text you a million times. I was
Yeah,
hey,
thank you.
hey,
Thank you.
how you doing? Hey, can I get your number? You want to go out this weekend? Sure. Boom. I said, figure. So we're gonna date. I had time. We go sit down something to eat. Had time to talk to her, get to know her. So
Mm.
we had some restaurant. Doesn't matter. Damien's was a red place. When I say when she opened her mouth, I swore I was talking to Trina the rapper.
Stop it now.
You know what I'm saying? Nan? That Florida slang. You don't know Nan? Remember Trina when she first came out?
Yes, I absolutely. So you didn't hear her speak?
When I got her numbers, it was very short. Hey, can I get your number? Hi, I'm Dwayne. Da da da. And she was like, hey, and I asked her, hey, you free this weekend? She said, yes. Perfect. So called her real quick. I'm pick up this time. Da da da. Boom. So, like I said, back in the day, we used to go out and then that's how you met people. You met them in person and got to talk to them in person.
Facts. Facts.
It wasn't much texting back then. Shit, hell, we could pay
Facts.
for text messages back in the day. It wasn't no unlimited text messages. Wasn't unlimited calls neither.
At all. At all. You have to wait until after 7 or 6. If
Come
you're
on,
lucky, 5 o'clock.
come on now. So dating was a little different for us back in the days, ladies and gentlemen. And we had no Facebook or MySpace. We had Black Planet. Okay. But anyway, the point is I say is that, yeah. So we enjoyed I enjoyed the food and all, but yeah, once she started talking and I knew that there was nothing up there, meaning that her brain thought that when I realized there was nothing in that skull of hers, she had the look, she had the body, but she had nothing up there. I just knew the relationship wasn't going past that moment.
Like, what did she say for you to be like,
Not it was just when I promise you, I swear I was on a date with Trina. The actual rapper Trina, not the Trina the lady. Like she was in that mode as the rap. I'm like, yo, I know Loud and this Magic Trina. Just imagine that song, you know that, and that's how she
I
talked.
don't know, man. I'm getting back like me.
Yeah, that's what she said, man. You know, man. Yo, when I tell you, I said, oh my gosh. I, you know what I mean? I'm trying to have a good conversation. I'm like, yo, yeah, well, all the way back, man, all the way.
That's how I met my husband, was on Black Planet. So I am very familiar with some Black Planet, let me tell you.
Hey, we had back in the day. We had it. They got down. We got it good, but that's their problem now. They got all your social media, and that's why you be faking who you are, and then you get to meet them in person, then they crazy, they stalkers.
That is true.
Um,
That is true.
you say he can't be a great father. You can't be a great father, but you turn around stalking women on the internet. Like, how would you feel if
Thank you.
you found out, hey, your dad's a stalker. He out there stalking women on social media. You'd be embarrassed. Be mad as hell. Yeah, you would be. But just like,
My
but you
daughter was terrified and still is. When I told her I was closing my dating profile, it's because she was like, "Mommy, I was thinking about it, and please do," because like she just could not like. She was like, because I had to tell her, and I had to be like, "Hey, this happened." I had to keep the messages. Like my girlfriend was like, just in case, because again, I'm not saying he's gonna cross the border and come here, but he shipped me something, so he has my full address. Like that's not cool. Like it's not freaking cool. Like that's insane. Black Planet was definitely lit. Like it was definitely lit. I see you. So again, ladies, what Twins say is read a book. Have something to talk. Like have something to. I mean, read my books. I got 13 of them. The Sienna series, No Handouts for Black Girls, Love Rules, Look Up to Shiva Buildings. I got 13 books. You can support me. Read a book. Go to the bookstore. Have something to talk about. Watch sports. Be interesting.
Yeah.
Be interesting. Okay, so my dating disaster, I'm pretty sure I was dating a guy that was 63.92% gay.
Mm.
The gayness has increased since we have gone on with the show. And my here is my thing, and this is why I'm just at the point where no is the way to go. I was trying to do something new. I was trying to not do the normal dating. Now the height was still the heights because I made up a word. I'm a heightist, and I'm sorry. It just is what it is. I take no shame or pride in it, but it is what it is. So he was still a tall guy, but he was not my regular type of guy. And I thought I was looking for someone a little bit more sensitive, right? A little. You know what?
That's where you messed up at right there. You looking for a sensitive man?
Very sensitive. So I said, I was looking for someone who was a little bit, and that is exactly where I fucked up. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm laughing, but when Twins and I talked about it after, definitely where I fucked up. I thought he was Ralph Tresvant with sensitivity, and I'm just looking for some sensitivity, and there was some glaring, not even red flags. They were pink. There were some glaring.
You said they weren't red.
there were some.
That was your flag right there.
There were some. There were some glaring pink flags. Okay, they were pink flags that I overlooked because I thought maybe I should do something, because I tell people here on the show all the time. I was trying to take my own advice. I always talk about the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So I was dating my gentlemen were very, very similar. It's funny. My daughter's father, when he and my ex had a conversation, because we were talking about something related to my daughter, and we were all trying to like figure it out. And my daughter's father's name for my ex fiance was Mr. Taller Than Me, because my daughter's father's 6'7" and my fiance was 6'9". And he's like, "Girl, like I didn't think you were gonna end up getting a man that was taller than me." It was a funny joke to me, but it was like they were almost the same man. One was just dark skin and one was lighter skin. Like, and they're 20 something years apart, right? So I was like, I'm going to try something a little bit different. So this guy was trying to be more sensitive, but again, the glaring pink flags to tell me he was 72.39% gay was there. And you know where I really went wrong? Men don't do this. Don't tell me about how well endowed you are. We know you're lying. Okay, and it just comes off like you're overcompensating for something. This man, before we had relations, would talk about like how well endowed they are. Now you know what I need to start doing is like take a snapshot, please. Like take a snapshot, send it to me in its hardest form, because it was lies. When we finally got down to the get, this is me like trying to figure out what even happened when it happened. I, don't lie on your member. Like, don't, like, you guys know if you have a big penis. It's like how we know about our hygiene. You do not have to tell a woman that her hygiene is bad. We know. We can smell ourselves. Like a woman who says she can't smell herself, she's lying to you. We know when we got a yeast infection and all the different things. We know when our hormones are off. We know all of it. You don't have to tell us, right? It is no. You know when you have a small wee wee. So that was the glaring pink flag too. So again, probably 82.92% gay. And
Did
so this was me
you start
like
at 42? Wow.
this is me trying to do something different, and I messed up. So I just went back to my old faithful. I don't even know if that shit's gonna work for me, but I like my men like men. No pink flags, no, I wanted a little Ralph Tresvant sensitivity. I can't even say the piece that I want to say, twins, just in case this person like watches the show. But I should have known when they told me about the people they hang around with that I should have ran out the effing door. So, ugh, no. So that's my other dating disaster of dating a guy who is 83.65% gay. Twins.
I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got nothing for you. I was struggling to be the one about the girl back in the early two early 2000s. I ain't got nothing for you.
So I mean, you know what? Granted, Twins was married for 14 years. He courted his wife, he got married, and so he hasn't been on the dating scene. My marriage, I was freaking separated longer than we were married, and so I had to be back on the dating scene. You know what? I'm gonna go back to one of my other dating dilemmas, and I'm gonna have a keep it real. We're keeping it real and honest tonight. One of my biggest dating dilemmas is trying to replace my ex.
Mm.
That is one of my biggest dating dilemmas. Trying to replace my ex. I I have decided with shutting down again, which I'm going to delete this dating profile before we finish with tonight's show. I am taking myself away to Cuba because it is time for me to, by myself, mourn the losses that I have had to endure over the last few years, starting with the loss of my father in 2022, then the demise of my relationship. I lost my father in September 2022. I moved away. My ex and I decided, well, I decided more than him that I was going to move back to Toronto and we were going to try to have a long distance relationship. That lasted 3.5 months because he doesn't do well with not having me with him. And so after 3.5 months, we decided collectively this wasn't working and we were going to end our engagement. That happened in June of 2023. At the same time, I was starting over because I just moved back. I started a new job like 3 days after breaking up. I started a new job. Like there was a lot of things that was happening. Then I recently lost my stepfather September 2nd of this year. So for the last 3 years, I've experienced a lot of loss and a lot of starting over. And one of the biggest things for me, I realized with dating is I am trying to replace my ex, which I never can. And so I needed a detox, a reset, a recharge, because the reality is, as much as I love my ex, if he was as great as I've decided he is in my mind, I would have stayed with him.
That,
So I need to get my ex out of my head, because how do you truly replace a 6'9" former basketball player with 2 advanced degrees who was your best friend and tolerated all of your shit?
mm.
You don't. So that is a huge dating dilemma for me. And it is the thing that is kicking me in my ass. And at this point, if I don't deal with it, I'm going to have to buy a cat and die alone because I do not like dogs. So I'm either going to have to deal with that and detox myself and figure out how I move forward away from that. And it's been 2 years. Or I'm going to get Queen Nefertiti. That is what I'm going to call my cat. And she's going to go with me everywhere because no one is going to want to deal with me. And I don't do it to the men. Like the men don't know that I'm comparing them, but I'm actually comparing them. That is a huge dating dilemma, and that's why I have to detox myself. This is a very honest moment. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, everybody. Other than my girlfriends, I've never revealed this. Twins knows, but you guys didn't. So that has been a huge dating dilemma for me, and I have to realize like men like him don't just come along, and I should have stayed with him if I was so in love with him. And I again, I think everybody knows why I left. But that's it. That was my honest moment.
You feel good now?
Sucks.
You feel good now?
I feel better. I'm glad I got it out. I'm going to go on my trip and I'm going to detox and I'm going into the beaches of Cuba. God, I hope the beaches of Cuba are still beautiful when I get there. And I am going to just whoo and I'm going to let it go because I need to let go of a man who is a ghost in my past. Now, I will say, even though I've said all of that, I have not spoken to that man since we broke up. I have not gone on any of his social media page. I have not looked up what his life is. My girlfriend has. And so my girlfriend has told me what's going on, but I have not because once I leave, I leave. But the problem is I did not.
Emotionally detached.
That is the best way to say. I did not emotionally detach from that man. And so here I am. The end. That's my biggest dating dilemma. That's how we're gonna end the show. But twins, you're gonna give me one more dating disaster. Give me something because we're not ending ending it like
Wow.
that. Oh, I've never heard of that one, Mr. An alpha widow. I'm going to have to look that up because maybe there's something in Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul, in one of his shows can help me as I'm away on my detox solo vacation after I delete. And you guys are gonna watch me delete this after I delete this dating site. Twins, come up with something, my brother.
Okay. Dating dilemma after being divorced.
Thank you.
There we go. There will never be your wife. And you don't try to compare them to the ex. You really don't. But when you with someone over 14 plus years and y'all kind of know the ins and out of each other
Mm-hmm.
things, to start over, to learn it, to do it all over again, things you expect that some people do, that's the dilemma there. It's like I think some things should be natural because you're a woman, XYZ. You should just do it. I'm like, you know what? That was a great trait that my ex had. So I can't,
Mm,
you know,
mm,
so that's and yeah, that'd be a dilemma because it's like, well, I'm talking and I trust me, I talked to multiple women since I've been divorced, right? And it's like, if I'm gonna deal with that, I must go back to where I was at before. I'm not going. So I allow when I've cut off quickly because I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. I don't have to deal with this because
mm-hmm.
I'm still attached to my ex-wife before because we have kids and XYZ. But I'm saying like I refuse to go into another serious relationship dealing with some of the marriage problems I had on that one and this new one. Oh no, we never know.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of conversations I have are kind of direct, harsh, straight to the point, and really, I don't care.
Okay, I'm heavy on the I don't care. I get it.
Because I still gotta deal with her regardless. I don't have to deal with you. So there's a difference.
Mm,
I just want to, and my kids will always come first in a sense. So that's a dilemma I might have.
I get that. Thank you again, Mr. I actually looked up the definition of alpha widow, and this is a great one. And this is actually me to a T. So, alpha widowed is a term from the manosphere that describes a woman who's unable to be satisfied in a new relationship because she compares her current partner to a previous alpha male partner she once had.
Mm. Guilty.
Yup. Like I am
Sorry.
not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. That this is not even just a manosphere thing. This is just a. This should just be a definition for real, and not just be attributed to just manosphere. Because when they say that, they make it negative. Like the manosphere is a negative thing. No, this is. I think there are a lot of us as women when you have what you think is that ideal man, like no one else will compare, and so you literally have to cleanse yourself of him. It's almost like I have to exercise him um from me emotionally. To your point, twins, like I'm emotionally still attached to a man that I physically left, but I haven't emotionally detached from him because in so many ways he was everything I wanted, except he came with 4 children
Mm.
with 2 women. And that's what I couldn't deal with him by himself. I could deal with all of his good habits, bad habits. They were all fine. But his kids deserved better than a woman who tried and knew that, yeah, this is not the life for me. I would rather be in Bali on a boat shaking my ass. Like, I've done my duty to society by raising a child. Like, I didn't want to have to raise more, and he's not going to come along in another package, and I can't look at every man and be like, ugh. And I've done that. Like, I've looked at some guys, I'm like, oh God, no, you're exhausting. Like, no, I'm not. I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to deal with you. But I don't know if you. No. So I'm heavy on the no. So I get it. So that might actually lead into my dating tip um for the night. Yep, I'm gonna go into my dating tip for the night. Ladies, before trying to venture into a new relationship, take my advice from what I've been talking about for the last 5 minutes and cleanse yourself and exercise your old relationship from you, especially if it is a love you feel like is lost. um, you will never be able to replace your ex. It is unfair to the next man, even if he doesn't know he's being compared to your ex, to be compared to a man who's really a ghost in your past. Because the reality is, if my ex was really that perfect, I would have stayed with him, but I have made him perfect in my mind, and there's no one that's going to be able to compare to that. So don't be an alpha widow like me. I'm going to own that title until I'm not. Be a woman who's ready and prepared to fully date, knowing that she's emotionally detached from the relationship that didn't last. So that is my dating tip for myself and for ladies,
Okay. Okay, that's a good one.
twins.
Uh, for the ladies and gentlemen, I would say know what is the one thing that's preventing you from move forward with the new person. So kind of similar what you just said.
Hmm.
So, like she said, her situation, she knows she didn't get past her ex. So every new guy she made, if they're unintentionally, they're being compared. Or what I said earlier myself, every woman I talk to, I'm unintentionally, but unintentionally comparing to my ex-wife, knowing that they're not her, right? 14 years, 2 months, got a long ways to go. You know what I mean? You gotta be patient. So know that it's going to take time once you're coming out of a relationship, get back in a new relationship. You really have to really start with a clean slate. You have to be real with yourself and know that, hey, this person is not gonna be like last person. And I can't hold them to a certain weight if I want this to work. So that's what I'll say. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be tough regardless, but you must recognize that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's a start. Mr. I was waiting to see if Mr. has a dating tip, but while Mr. might be putting up his dating tip, I'm showing you guys here. I am about to delete my dating profile. They want me to take a break They try to keep you on because when you press delete, they're like, oh, in that blue, do you want to take a break instead? No, I don't
Mm,
want to take a break. I am going to delete. So I have deleted. It's asking me for various reasons. Don't care. I'm going to skip that. Before you go, do you want to save your profile? No, I'm good. Don't save and don't.
another one.
They messing me. They do not want me to go.
You will not
Okay,
back.
I'm gone. I no longer have an online dating profile. I was only on one dating site. Bingo, bango, it's done. And I'm committing to meeting people the old fashioned way, but I'm not ready to meet anybody yet until I cleanse myself of the ghost of my ex. So, Mr. I don't see you have a dating tip. Let me just go through just in case I missed it. No, no dating tip from Mr. I'm checking if anybody, nope, nobody on Instagram has a dating tip. So I want to thank you guys for coming to our TED Talk and for watching me emotionally vomit all over you today as we had some revelations. But the great thing about this show is we do keep it real. We are not going to just give advice and not just talk about our own personal experience. So, over the next few months, you guys, I am going to keep you up to date about what I have been going through and how this cleansing of dating is going for me and how resetting myself after the tumultuous 3 years I've had with losing three very important men in my life, my two fathers, and who I thought was going to be my last love, how I am rebounding from all of that. Like Twin said, it's not going to be easy, but it's absolutely necessary for me to move forward. So wish me the best of luck. And again, if you missed it earlier today, I got a promotion and a raise. And my new promotion actually starts on Monday, November, which is my birthday month. So I also felt like it was a sign. It was like renew. It, again, my birthday is the start of a new year for me. And I was seeing the fact that I got this promotion and raise at the end of October to start in November as a sign that it was all about renewing. So I am so excited. So it is about renewing. So I will keep you posted. Twins, final words.
See ya next week.
See you. See you guys next week. And do ladies, don't date anybody who's 82.35% gay just because you think they're sensitive. See the pink flags. That should have also been a dating tip. No, he's
Pink,
definitely gay.
red, any
Pink.
flags. Don't ignore them. Listen,
You don't
ask.
want them too sensitive.
No, no man should be too sensitive. I don't care.
No, he was super sensitive. He's lucky I didn't say 100% gay. I'm trying to be nice. But anyways, we have good night.